And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Bringing them out is the 12th-year pro seeking a return to Pro Bowl form, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs, competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson. Up past the 30, second down coming up. From the 31, here's a second down and 6. Now Wilson. And this is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On third down, Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Well, anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ballgame, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback, because he looks like the real deal.
What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Here's Purdy. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, what a way to kick off the year here. Niners and Steelers. And I know the folks back in Northern California happy to see their quarterback Brock Purdy back out there. Charles, what do you see from him in year 2?
More of what we saw from him in year 1, partner, because this young man, he really sees the reins in that first season. And he is excited about expanding his game and pushing the ball downfield even more in year 2 as a starter with the 49ers.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
On first down, Wilson. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On second down, this is Harris. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. They need 2. Here's third down. Now it's Wilson. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Harris going to get it again on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Now Wilson. And it is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. Play action. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. sacked back at the 31. Nick Bosa in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
3rd down and 13. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On 1st down, it's Purdy. Pass incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Purdy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Now Purdy. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
To the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings. Yeah. Vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got Game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a two up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta get respect for my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state, and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off. I made myself a promise young. I would never work a day job, put it in the safe. Never know when I'm gon' need that. Came here with my gang, you don't know where your homies at. Gave you a lot of game, you don't owe me back. You say you a boss, gotta show me that. Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I got Game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter.
It's week 1 of the National Football League.
Season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks his offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's the type of impact play you expect from McCaffrey, the comeback player of the year runner-up in 2022. Despite a midseason trade, put up almost 1,900 all-purpose yards and also made his second Pro Bowl.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're on a brief pause not forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 for the Niners there on a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They go play action here. Purdy. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
False start.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing here, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2nd and 11 now. Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Purdy now on 3rd